The next set of brachot that we're interested in noting are called Birkat Torah, the brachot that we make every day before we do the mitzvah called Talmud Torah. The first thing I'd like to mention about these brachot is the statement in the Shulchan Aruch, Siman Mem Zayin, Seif Yudalet or 14. Nashim Mevarchot Birkat Torah. Women are obligated to say the bracha on the Torah. Was in this matter, whatever your theory about the mitzvah of Talmud Torah is, whether you think that women are obligated in Talmud Torah to some extent or to little extent, it doesn't make any difference. Women are obligated to say Birkat Torah, just as men are obligated to say Birkat Torah. After the brachot, both men and women have to learn some Torah. And this is explained at greater length by the Mishnah Berurah in the Biur Halacha. In the Biur Halacha, the entry beginning with the word Nashim. And he says, after all, women are obliged to learn Torah because they have to learn all the practical rules and regulations that either apply to them, that they become in charge of, that they confront daily, just as men are obliged to learn these halachot. And furthermore, the fact that the women daven obliges them to say the Torah of korbanot, of sacrifices, that appears in the Siddur. That's what we're talking about. That part of the Siddur called Birkot HaShachar, the brachot that you say early in the morning. And we say the Birkat Torah also because the material in that part of the Siddur includes Talmud Torah. And therefore the bracha that they make is a bracha on that Torah that they learn. And furthermore, the Mishnah Berurah says, this means that women can actually say the bracha on behalf of men. And if the men are there in the vicinity when the woman says the bracha, then the men can say amen, and they fulfill their obligation to say the bracha. And this is the position of the Pri Megadim, who says it clearly, but we know that the Gra disagrees. Really, it's not that women and men have the same obligation. It's just that when the women do whatever their obligation is, they are required to make a bracha. But that doesn't mean that they can be motzi the men, that they can somehow serve to say the bracha in lieu of a man and he just says amen. That's not the case, right? But the fact of the matter is that the obligation for women is somewhat different than the obligation for men, and therefore the men and the women are kind of in two different categories vis-a-vis these brachot. Nevertheless, it is clear that men have to say the bracha and women have to say the bracha. Every day is a new day and a new obligation of Talmud Torah, which exists apparently for the men and for the women. It's true that for the men, the obligation of Talmud Torah seems to be encompassing. All of the Torah is included in this obligation, whereas the obligation of Talmud Torah for women is limited to a more practical kind of curriculum. Nevertheless, there's no doubt that men have this obligation and therefore say Birkat Torah, and that women also have this obligation and therefore they also say Birkat Torah.